Hello everyone, this is Susie here, reporting for the One Love Caravan. It has been a long time since I last posted a video. A lot happened. I just wanted to give you an update on how we managed to exit Ceuta, because we are not in Ceuta anymore. We were about 1 year in the African continent, the wonderful city of Ceuta. We had an amazing time over there. It was very, very challenging, and it was a real fight for our rights to manage to exit Ceuta and also help our fellow brothers and sisters over there. So yeah, just to tell you, now we are in Gibraltar. I don't know if you can see the stone over there. Yeah, it is called La Linea because we are on the Spanish side. On the rock is Gibraltar, but on this side is La Linea. It's called. It belongs to Cadiz, Andalusia. So yeah, so what happened that helped us to exit Ceuta? So in my last video, I was telling that nobody answers us, the authorities, so we were left completely alone there. But at a certain point, the situation unlocked. A friend came from Ceuta, but he's from a Spanish origin. He came and he decided to help us. So he came with us to the commissary to talk with the chief of the foreigner police, and he came with us to the government delegation to try to reach the governor and give us permission to exit, or at least not block our journey. So in the end, they received us. They were really trying to pick for criminals and for terrorists. They were not sure if we don't have anything illegal going on. So me, I was the first to be identified because I still have a Portuguese citizen card, which was still valid. But then Daniel, they were not sure that he's from Switzerland, so they called the consulate and they confirmed that he's a Swiss man. And then they tried to push us like we are doing child trafficking, So they were suspicious about if our daughter is our daughter, and they demanded a DNA test to see if I am the real mother. So I had to do that. I had to do a DNA test, and this was in September when I did the DNA test. And it took about 2 months for the results to come out. It was made in Madrid at the Ministerio de Interior. So, and then Daniel, he had a big injury on the foot that infected, and he almost lost his life. He almost lost his foot because the whole foot was like twice as big. It was a wound that infected and started, creating a lot of pus. He had like a hole like this big, on on his foot, and it was, basically rotting. His foot was rotting, and then his face started rotting, and then he had a lot of wounds on his hands and yeah, on his head as well. It was quite a tough moment for me because at a certain point I was basically alone with all the tasks and with a small child, and we were on the street. And then the government delegation sent the Guardia Civil to chase us and then tell us that it's forbidden in whole Ceuta to camp. But we were not allowed out, not to Morocco and not back to Spain, the Iberian Peninsula. So we were kind of stuck and being chased by the local authorities. In the end, they said we would have to search for a private land to stay. Otherwise, the Guardia would come and kick us out every time, because they said it's forbidden in whole Spain to camp, and we have to circulate every 2 3 days, move to another place, which is not true because we were like 5 months, living at the beach, the Playa del Chorillo in Ceuta. It's the only place, where you can kind of where you have water, and you had a toilet only during the summer, and you could stay with a caravan. So in the end, I searched for a private land. It was some sort of a school, adventure school, Escuela Aventurero in Ceuta, at the beach of Calamocaro, the Paintball Association. So they took us in. They were really nice people. They were also not agreeing with the vaccines and with all these COVID regulations. So they were really nice. They took us in, and Daniel could recover there from his injury, from his infection that was spreading through all his body. He could take some rest there. But then after about 1.5 months, when Daniel was on his recovering process, the people there started a conspiracy against us, and they accused us of kind of being radicals, because we want a world without borders, and these people are from the Spanish side that believe that the Moroccans are invading the territory of Ceuta, because there's lots of people in Ceuta that live in the mistake of believing that Ceuta belongs to Spain. Ceuta is an autonomous city, and supposedly, but it's a lie, they just did this kind of political move so that the international community and the United Nations, the Committee for Discolonization, so that they don't chase Spain. So they made like a move that it's an autonomous city, but it is not. It's completely depending on Spain and on funds from the European Union. And that's why the war is being built up over there in Ceuta. So this family from this Escuela Aventurero, they live in the belief of that, and of the fear that someday the Moroccans will invade Ceuta, which is a natural thing because it's their territory. It's a military basis from Spain, and people are not happy with that. The locals are being mistreated, and the Spanish people, the people of Spanish origin, live with the supremacy that it's their territory. It's a big mess. They're completely mistaken on how the world works and what's really happening. So after 1.5 months, they kick us out. They say, we're not your friends, so you please just go away. We are from Ceuta, we are from here, so we will fight the Moroccans, the Muslims, if they try to come here. And in the end, we were kicked out, so we were again on the street. Daniel then recovered, and then the city of Ceuta, because the DNA test was positive and it's our child, so then they are redoing, a lot of they're bringing, a lot of damage to a family. So it was on their interest that we leave the city of Ceuta. So they paid for the boat, and they gave us like €100 of diesel for our van, and 100 years of shopping at Carrefour. And then so we left. We booked the ferry, because at a certain point I didn't believe that it was possible to exit Ceuta from to exit to Morocco from there. So I accepted this proposal, and I said, okay, let's go back and we try then another border, because here it's not possible. And then the delegate of the government changed, so we even tried to ask for a laissez-passer from the governor, so that the authorities won't stop us from going to Moroccan, to the Moroccan police and ask them to come in, because we wrote already letters to the king and our project was announced in Morocco. So, but we never had an answer, they just said, yeah, we're working on it. But in the end, there was no solution for us, and we kind of were pushed to leave the city of Ceuta and try to exit to Africa through another path. So then we came to Algeciras again. We came to Algeciras again, and then we went to Tarifa. We bought a ticket there, and we tried to exit from there. What it was not possible. The national police of Spain said no, you cannot cross the border with this world passport. And yeah, they advised us. Everyone advised us to take care of national documents like the Swiss passport and the Portuguese passport. So yeah, we decided, okay, let's do that. So we were in the process of caring for national identities, and we said, okay, the Swiss consulate is very close, it's in Gibraltar, so let's go there. And then we just went there to ask if my husband could go in and take care of his documents. And they just stole my international passport. Of course, I made a complaint at the judge, at the police, but they didn't want to take the complaint. You know, it was a big mess. So I'm now in contact with the lawyers to see how I can recover my world passport. So now this is another issue that we're gonna have to solve now. So now we were kind of working, searching for a place where we can spend the winter and where we can get some funds also to try to get national documents and yeah, leave to Africa. In the meantime, we will continue with the movement, the One Love Caravan, and we will continue researching and you know, finding out the human rights violations that are being committed by governments all over the world. So Gibraltar, it's another example of this kind of violations. So stay tuned. We will continue, yeah, posting these videos and keeping you updated. Support this cause. You know, the One Love Caravan is really onto something. We're fighting for everyone's rights because this. You know, the borders in general, it's completely criminal. We are human beings, and it's a human right to go wherever you want and wherever you need, and no one can stop you from that. Yeah, bless you, family. Stay tuned. We are back on track. Yeah, lots of love.